Okay, so you may be wondering why June started out so chaotically when it seems like the crazy stuff is kind of behind us or ahead of us. And there's a few reasons for this. So, as I made in my previous video, I mentioned that full moon in Sag being on Antares, being an intense fixed star. It's also, I mentioned in that video that the moon was out of bounds. And I don't know if I had a chance to explain what that means in the last video, but basically, you have your the celestial equator, right? And when you project that celestial equator out, the sun can go no further south than 23.5 degrees. So if there's any other planets that are outside of that 23.5 degrees, they're considered out of bounds. And basically what that means is these planets, they follow their own rules. Like normally the sun is the CEO and like the boss, and you listen to what the sun tells you to do. And because they're all like, serve the sun, kind of, the planets. But when they're out of bounds, they don't. They have their own rules. And so that not only was that full moon out of bounds, but as we begin June, the Mercury is out of bounds, and Mercury is, as you know, ruling all those planets in Gemini. Like the Sun, Uranus, Ceres, Sedna. It's all being ruled by an out of bounds Mercury, and then Venus is also out of bounds and ruling that Mars. And so, all this to say that like if your June has started off pretty chaotic and like out of the blue, there's a reason for it, and you're definitely not alone. And as I also mentioned, Uranus is squaring the nodes of, and that also Mercury is ruling the south node in Virgo, which is like wrapping up. But then Uranus is from Gemini is squaring the that nodal axis. So that's adding on to the kind of chaoticness right now. And then Mercury, it's not even in Gemini anymore. It entered Cancer, which that moon was ruling because it was still in Sag as June began. So take of it what you will. The Uranus square the nodes is encouraging breaking free from overthinking, perfectionism, and limiting beliefs rooted in the Virgo energies. And Uranus in Gemini is energizing the mind, pushing towards trust and intuition and spiritual potentials. And so it's electrifying the Virgo's overthinking and perfectionist tendencies. The other thing about this month, June, is Chiron will be entering Taurus, and that's gonna highlight. It's you can kind of see it going on right now with the Strait of Hormuz and the world events that it's gonna bring. It's bound to bring the scarcity because whatever reserves we're working with, they're not going to last forever, and eventually everyone's going to feel it, right? So it is going to be in Taurus until September 17th, from June 19th until September 17th, and then it's going to return back to Aries before re-entering Taurus for good in April 2027. So expect disruptions in supply chains, resource scarcity, and changes in industries like retail, food, and energy. That's ahead, but for this first week of June, expect a lot of surprises and sudden changes, likely with like secrets coming to light in the news or personal life. Because like I said, Mercury and Venus, these are personal planets, right? So we feel these like on a daily basis. And then tomorrow, June 3rd, Mercury squares Neptune. So that's going to reveal deceptions and secrets, often through indirect or confusing channels. Mercury's out of bounds status amplifies the likelihood of secrets being exposed or blurted out unexpectedly, especially around the leak of information or betrayals. But with Mercury and Cancer, it does boost emotional communication, but also increases the potential for secrets and confessions. It's ideal for reframing old wounds and stories, especially around the South Node in Virgo, which is about releasing past baggage and old ideas. So basically, don't like this. This is gonna be a chaotic week, and I know a lot of astrologers told you that, oh, June's gonna be like that, a great month, the best month of the year. It is gonna be the best month of the year, and it's still, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna it's not gonna have its chaotic moments. Every month is gonna have its chaotic moments, but I feel like this month it starts out chaotic and it really ends very chaotic, because at the end of this month we have Jupiter leaving Cancer on June 28th, and right around that time it looks like Mercury is about to meet up with that Jupiter, but it stops and goes retrograde. And then Mars also, like to start off July, Mars-Uranus conjunction. And whenever we've had that in Gemini, it's been a pretty bad or a pretty chaotic time for the United States, at least when it comes to wars. And so we have the Mercury retrograde and that going on, and then Jupiter leaving Cancer for Leo. So a lot of chaotic craziness to end this month and begin July. But right now, I think one really good thing to look forward to is Venus is going to meet Jupiter in either June 8th or June 9th, depending on where you're at. And those are the two benefics, and that always signifies like a good time. I think last year Taylor Swift announced her engagement with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. Like, you know, we all know she's probably using astrology, right? But yeah, there's plenty of great stuff to look forward to still this month. But I just wanted to make this video to make sure you're not like thrown off by the craziness that's going on right now, and it's definitely not just you. But yeah, so I guess another thing I should point out is that with the Chiron and Taurus, we're gonna get a little bit of a preview of when Saturn conjoins Chiron in 2028. Which will focus on resource management, sustainability, and rebuilding foundations based on new awareness of limitations. So that's another thing that's coming up. With this Uranus and Gemini, we got to get used to it, because it's going to be here until 2033. And ultimately, it's bringing a focus on expanding the way we think, the way we understand things. And this square is creating jolts to mental and spiritual perceptions. So other planetary movements this month is Venus is gonna move in. Let's see. Venus moves into Leo from June 13th to July 10th, emphasizing bold love and self-expression, and also keep in mind that the nodes are going to switch later this year to South Node in Leo and North Node in Aquarius. So both Jupiter and Venus will bring up stuff that we're going to be dealing with for a while. As I mentioned earlier, Mars is moving into Gemini on June 28th, and where it's going to meet up with Uranus. Lots of emotional processing this month, because Mercury and Venus are in water signs, while the Mars in Taurus is grounding that energy and emphasizing boundaries. So like, we're not completely done with the water and earth stuff yet. I would say for this month, prioritize energy management and eliminate what drains you, and focus on what aligns with your long-term dreams. And be responsible for your choices and avoid letting others hold you back. So this will accelerate personal and collective evolution. And use this time to deepen self-awareness and love your individuality and trust your intuition. So that's what to expect from this month. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you guys are running into a lot of cool new solutions. And stay tuned. I'll see you later.